Okay. Yay! It's back. Yay! I'm
And
gonna
we
go ahead and
back.
get the intro. Woohoo! Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Mia, and today we're gonna be discussing CCXP, all the news that came out of this wonderful convention. Today I am joined by my BFF Natalie. Once again, Natalie, how are you doing?
Uh-oh,
We
back
just
again.
just overcame like an hour of trauma, but you know what? No one is gonna see that because I deleted it. It's gone.
Delete it. Delete
It
all
doesn't even
that.
exist anymore.
Yes, that's okay.
So, as a preface, I don't know if anybody even needs to preface anymore, but to preface this, CCXP Big Comic Con convention down in Brazil, it's kind of like ongoing through Sunday. It just started on Thursday. There's some big stuff coming out from Marvel and Star Wars and Netflix and all that good stuff. So we're going to be talking about that. And first, we're going to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer. We're actually going to react to it.
Okay.
Natalie, are you ready? You are our
You want me to play your
you're our
hit, DJ?
producer for
I'll play your hit.
yes. And let me make sure that the stream before we get into that, let me make sure that the stream is actually streaming on my
You let me know.
it is. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and
What
hit
I'm
that
gonna do
for y'all. And we'll take it from the
hold on,
top.
don't press play yet.
I'm not. I'm waiting on your signal, Batman.
Cool. This is like always there's always like a buffering period when you're getting your stream started, so this is just the warm up. Okay.
You let me
Just
know.
these let me change the thumbnail. Changing the thumbnail so we can. Okay, Natalie, as I talk, I went over this before, but I have to call you out again while I'm figuring out how to do this.
What
You
do
have
I do?
not
Why
seen
would
any
be
of the
hold
Guardians
on?
of the Galaxy movies, right?
I thought we was gonna leave that in the last stream, the deleted stream. No, I have not, but I'm aware they're very integral. They were in Thor Ragnarok. They were in Endgame. So they're up in there.
That's correct. Okay, so you've got two movies to see before this one comes out.
Yes. And that's
That
tough.
down.
If there's any casual Disney fans out there, like this video and share this video for the casual Disney fans.
No, we
Please,
go hardcore on this channel. It's either all
please,
or
because
nothing. We're
see, and that's the
getting
problem with y'all certified Marvel girls, okay? Because it's like you got to see everything, everywhere, all at once. Disney Plus. It's just a lot to keep up with. I work a regular job. Me, I don't have this type of time.
see. That is a good question though, because I'm always wondering, like, how do normies handle all of these movies? Like, do you just not? Do you just kind of
We
say,
don't.
well, I'm not gonna see that. I don't.
We don't at
So, like,
all.
if there's a Marvel movie, I don't have to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, like back to our high school days, we used to be in the movie theater all the time. Like, especially when we had
That's
half
true.
days, we used to go. So I love the movies, and then I don't mind going to the movies by myself with friends, with a date from time to time. But
Oh god.
I just see
Okay, I
the
think
ones that
the
interest me. I'm not gonna force myself
okay.
to sit through something I have no interest in. Like, or
Okay,
if a
well,
friend brings me Black Panther, that's like my number one. And then if a friend brings me anywhere else, I'll go and see that. And then
okay.
you know what? This is a really good point because the only reason I saw Thor was because that was around my birthday, and my brother paid for me for my birthday to go see that. So
Mm,
shout out my little brother.
okay, so well, that was insightful. To kind of be like, because I just always feel like I just have to see it, even if it doesn't look good. But maybe this is a good segue.
Marvel got you in a
Well, technically,
chokehold.
all the
Marvel got you in a chokehold. You in the Marvel. You in
I
the
guess that's
Marvel
a good
choke.
segue though to look at this trailer and see from a super fan versus someone who's just getting into this what they think about Guardians of Galaxy Volume 3. And I feel like you got to have a lot of knowledge coming into this. So let's get this set up here.
Okay, let me go ahead and play that for you.
All
You let
right,
me
so
know.
let's
You
watch
hit
the
the play.
trailer. We're gonna watch it once, and then we're gonna come back and put the volume on like 25%. I don't want to like RIP headphone users.
Okay.
All right, now you're reacting to this for the first time.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We were gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians. Hello.
So you know
we
some of
come
those
in
people.
peace.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? No, no! Ow!
Don't forget where we came from.
Oh,
We have been running our whole lives.
Pete, I'm done running.
yeah, Zoe.
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever. That beautiful sky.
That's Adam Warlock. Wow.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
So,
All right. Okay, child. Okay.
from that trailer, I'm curious. Do you know what's going in the trailer? What it looks like the movie's going to be about?
But I did have a few observations. Based on the other films that I've seen. Can I walk you through those?
Oh yeah, let's go. Walk me through it.
Okay. One, I thought Zoe Saldana's character did get killed in Endgame, so were they having a flashback? Like what was
Good
going on? Is it a
question.
blip? Did Kang mess up the timeline? What's going on with that?
So now we got to get into the nerdy stuff. So back in Endgame, you remember there's Infinity War was the first one, and then Endgame was the second part. During Endgame, there's another time going on where Thanos is alive and Gamora is alive because she did die in Infinity War. So when they're having big war, that Thanos and that Gamora from the other timeline that are still alive are kind of fighting against the Guardians and fighting against the heroes. Here's the thing. That Zoe Saldana never met Chris Pratt. So the whole big thing about this movie is like they fell in love right in the first movie and the second movie, and now the third movie they have to get her back. But it's kind of like, what's the point if she doesn't know who any of them are?
Oh, so they're trying to steal one from another timeline and recreate?
Basically, yeah. That's what's going on there.
They could keep this one.
Okay.
This too much, bro. They be doing too much. Disney just trying to squeeze everything out. This Disney trying to squeeze everything
Well,
out.
it does seem like this is potentially going to be the final Guardians movie. It's like James Gunn was like, this is a trilogy and I can't make any more. So,
because what's the source material at this point?
I mean, there's a lot. Not that I know, because I don't read any Guardians of the Galaxy comic books. But yeah, there's a lot of this does have like a kind of sad feeling. Like most of the trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy are always upbeat and they're silly and they're goofy and they can dance around. But this one, I don't know, they make it seem like maybe somebody's gonna die. This is their last hurrah or something like that.
Yeah, because Groot was looking real grown. That was my second observation. Groot was looking a little grown. Because he was
Yeah,
teenage
and he
Groot.
acted in that last movie. Now they had a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Did you see that? It's on Disney Plus.
Let's move on. You
Come on, it's
frustrated
a
me. I done
holiday
told you I ain't
classic.
watched this like 6 different times. I don't know how many different ways I can tell you.
Okay, well, yeah, in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, they show Groot. He's kind of like a, I don't know if he's a teenager. He's more like a young adult now. So yeah, he's that big. He's grown up, not quite as grown up as when we saw him in that first, volume. Okay, so there's
Like an
another
auntie or
secret.
something. Like, oh my God, Groot, I remember when you were this little.
Right, you grown up so much.
You're grown up on. I want a job like that because isn't Vin Diesel the voice of Groot?
Yeah, all he says is, "I
He
am
says
Groot,
like
and we are
6 words.
Groot."
He's getting like probably 100,000, 500K.
I have a theory though. I'm like, at some point they have to run out of celebrities for the MCU. They have to just. I feel like it's gonna be like a draft where it's like, enlist in the MCU, do your country a favor.
They can run out of celebrities, but they can make new celebrities, and that's where I kind of side with Marvel because you see a lot of things about the superhero hate and movie stars not being movie stars anymore. But look at all the people they've been able to elevate. From Chadwick, rest in peace to him, and your book and your work you've done on him, as well as just others like the actor Namor, who was in a lot of films in Latin America and then it's now transitioned over. Just the people
he really blew up.
Jonathan Majors, who was in, I believe, Loki's series and now has crossed over. So you're getting a lot of people where Tessa Thompson has had a steady stream of work for the past 6 years through there. So that car horn outside my apartment, Marvel has employed them. So you're just getting a steady stream of people that Marvel has employed. And I will give Disney props for making a new type of movie star and something that's inclusive and fun and can stretch our imagination. So I will give the mouse props.
Okay. But the problem is though when it stretches on for so long. And I think that's what is happening is that I think someone equated to this because we have so many movies now. It was like getting an ice cream sundae and the first time you have it, it's like really good and you're like, wow, this is awesome. The time it is the more you eat that ice cream sundae, the less special it is. So I think that's the only problem where the superhero fatigue is coming in. And we've just reached the end of phase 4. So
I was just
we
gonna
got
say
a lot more
that
to
phase
go.
4, if we're keeping it honest from the stuff that I've seen and the stuff that's been interesting, you asked me, like how do I choose what I see? It's just whatever's interesting. And I think I saw Doctor Strange in phase 4. Of course, I saw Wakanda Forever in phase 4. Do you know what else is in phase 4? You got the list up?
Yeah, you got to see. Eternals was one of the movies. That one bombed. Shang-Chi, did you see that?
I did.
No Way.
That was pretty good.
Okay, Spider-Man. No, with all the one with all of the characters in it, all the different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming that you saw it.
That was
Let me just. I'm checking this just one more time just to make sure that everything is going well.
But yeah, so I mean, out of compared to like phase 3 and everything else, phase 4 has been kind of lackluster, and especially because a lot of phase 4 was waged on during the pandemic. I just feel like Disney has to bring the heat coming for phase 5, and this feels like a throwaway movie. This is something that like if I'm hanging out with my friends or something, this is not something that we're lining up to see. This is like a let me wait till I get on. Yeah, this is a Disney Plus. Let's bag it. I'm not really feeling this one.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to preference, especially like if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think as well maybe you'll go see this one. There is one character though that I want to mention, and I was gonna say if you could bring it up, but I don't know what timestamp he comes up on. Will Poulter?
You want me to scrub it?
Yeah, let's see if we can find him. Share the tab again.
You got it.
And we're gonna try to spot Will Poulter. It's like one, and it was right in the middle.
Okay. That's the. You see him?
So I could pull it up. He's
It's
like
time. Is this it right here? No.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna put our brain power together and find this timestamp. You know the guy who's in that meme? He's like, "You guys are getting paid."
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was in Detroit too.
Yes,
That movie a long time
that was
ago.
an.
I got you. Boom. You talking about this guy?
You found him. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I got your
So
back, girly.
this guy here has been teased. He was supposed to be. How do I phrase this? This character has been teased for almost the last 5 years. He is Adam Warlock, and he was first mentioned at the very end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You know, like how they always have those post-credit scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what happened was basically the Guardians pissed off a group of Golden people. And the Golden people were upset, and they were like, "Hey, guard, this is the last time you cross us, so we're going to send our best warrior." But you didn't really get to see him. You just kind of figured it was him. So now we finally got our first look at him, and the question is he going to kick the Guardians of the Galaxy's butt? Or is he going to
He's
kill
looking
somebody?
pretty upset right here, but why does he have the thing like Vision?
That is a good... I don't think that's an Infinity Stone.
He got something. He got a little drip. He got the
Is
Uzi
it-
vert right here.
Excuse me?
He got the little Uzi. Remember, he had that diamond.
Oh my god. I don't know. That is a good question. I have to look into that. But yeah, so it's good to see he's back. He's been getting swollen. He's been getting buff for this role. So
You know who's also been getting swollen, getting buff? But we're going to talk
God,
about him at
Steve.
the end. We're going to talk about him
no,
at the
we
end.
can.
No,
we can
don't.
transition
I'm going
to
to end on a high
no,
note.
no. We at the end. We can talk
okay.
now. It's Marvel.
Okay.
All right, pull up Natalie. This is show and tell. Natalie's got a little tweet to show us. We're gonna move on to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Now here's something we can talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's
Ant-Man and the
people
Wasp:
really want.
Quantumania. Oh, briefly, okay, before we move on, pull up your show and tell. I just want to read the synopsis that Marvel provided for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, our beloved band of misfits are looking a bit different these days. Still, reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill must rally his team around him to defeat the universe and protect one of their own. A mission that's not completely successful could quite possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. So that's that. All right, Natalie, let's move on to Ant-Man and the Wasp. That is the third Ant-Man movie coming out. And there were a couple of big stars at CCXP. We had Paul Rudd, who plays Ant-Man, Scott Lang. We had Evangeline Lilly, who plays, it's Hope Van Dyne. And there's two Van Dynes, and I always get them messed up. Janet is her mother, so Evangeline Lilly plays Hope. And your man, Jonathan Majors, who will be playing Kang the Conqueror. And here's Natalie's little show and tell clip. Let's hit play
show
on that.
and then I will tell.
We're just gonna loop this for the rest of the show.
Please.
So there we have Jonathan
Let's
Majors.
talk about this one. Let's talk about this one.
Okay, what is your reaction
That man
to
is
this
playing
information?
in Ant-Man's face. That man is playing in Ant-Man's face in his own Comic-Con.
What is that?
In his own Comic-Con.
He's the
Is
star.
upstaging the titular, is that how you say that? The titular character in his own movie. He's getting washed and he's getting waxed.
Okay, if I had the ability to pull up tweets, I would. But you made a tweet. What did you say? Comparing it to Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan got nothing on him. I think that's what you said.
Yes, because he's also that swollen Creed.
Oh, that's true. Right, they're going to face each other in Creed 3.
Yep. Now that's a little bit out of the
Majors.
MCU. You see Jonathan Majors has been putting in the work. I've been a fan of him, not just for his looks, but also just for his incredible acting in Lovecraft. That's when I first caught on to him. I know he's done a few projects before that. You get Last Man in San Francisco. That's kind of an indie film. If you've seen that about kind of gentrification, and he's popped up a couple of other places, but I really was drawn to him and grew to his character in Lovecraft Country. That was
Yeah.
something that I really enjoyed. His work there, just being a black man in the South from Chicago, just like both of us, I believe in that story. So that was something I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely loved. I think the way that he shows emotion is bar none in top tier, and I think he's really talented. And I also like there was a clip, a couple of circulating the internet too, of him just talking about like his sister crying because she saw him in 3
I
trailers,
saw it.
before Black Panther,
Yeah.
and it's like that just goes back to what we were talking about Marvel making so many stars, so many,
Yeah.
and changing what movie stars look like, and so that's great, and that's a way that he's able to provide for himself and his family, and I think he does really important and moving work now. Will Ant-Man be that? Maybe not. We gotta see what's in the script, but I think from what I know about Kang the Conqueror, bringing it back to the comic books and everything, from what I know
Uh-huh.
about Kang, he can mess up any timeline. So that's going to give Disney even more windfall to just take it all the way through and just stretch these plots into a phase 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with these same characters. So that's what I'm interested for, but I'm wondering, especially with the changes we've seen in Disney CEOs in the last couple of weeks, I'm wondering, are they just going to let the creatives run free and just stretch it till there's no meat on the bone with these characters, or are they going to start introducing more?
Interesting. I don't know. Well, let's see. Here's trying to pull up the what is that poster for that? There's Kang
Mm-hmm.
in Quantumania, and this is such an awkward position, but it's just gonna have to be that way. So I don't know. What I think is gonna happen is it's kind of weird because
That's
we
okay, Mia,
have
because I would
two.
let Jonathan Majors come between the two of us if he had to choose between the two of us. So this
I'm
is
taking
very
this down. There's two new Avengers movies coming out. Avengers 5 and 6. Um, One of them is Avengers 5 is Kang Dynasty.
okay.
And then Avengers 6, I'm like on the fly looking this up. The difference, I believe, is Secret Wars. So
Oh,
it's kind of interesting. I don't know if those two movies are going to be two parts like Infinity War and Endgame, but I believe they're trying to set Kang up as this big bad, kind of like Thanos was. And to go
yeah.
back even more, so you were talking about Jonathan Majors in the Loki series. Did you see that, or you just happened to know he was
I
in it?
saw about 3 episodes on that. But
Okay.
here's my philosophy. If it's on Disney Plus, it's not a must.
Wow. Which is though because now that's where they're dumping all of their, there's so much more is coming out on Disney Plus versus in theaters now. So and
Mm-hmm.
it's become required watching. Yeah, so Avengers 6 is Secret War. So basically what happened is there are different versions of Jonathan Major's character. And so in the Loki series, he was the guy called He Who Reigns. And he's not necessarily nefarious or anything like that. He just kind of likes to keep order and he likes to keep things a certain way. Now, he had another variant of himself called Kang the Conqueror. And this is the one that they had to kind of basically, and now I've got like sirens coming down my street. Oh, God. He was basically the
They coming
one
to get
who
Kane.
is I know, right? He's the one who is coming in. He's trying to control the galaxy, cover everything. That's in his name. And so this is where we find this wonderful gentleman here who is trying. This is our introduction to Kang. So what I'm trying to figure out is what's going on. And before I forget, we actually did get a clip about Kang's introduction, or we didn't get a clip. The Comic Con got to see an exclusive clip. And I probably should have saved this description, but I'm going to have to pull it up because we're basically trying to figure out what does Kang want? What does that have to do with Ant-Man? So I'm going to read this description of what happened in the clip that they saw at Comic-Con with Ant-Man and with Kang. So the opening of Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the wrong description.
Okay.
Let's see.
I was gonna say, sound it out.
The opening scene. Here we go. kidding. Okay. Marvel Studios also debuted a second scene. If I share my screen, will the computer blow up? Let's see.
I don't know, girl. Don't push it.
We're
Send it
gonna
to me.
see.
Text it to me. I'm nervous.
I
The
think this is
computer the
gonna work.
conqueror today.
Okay. Don't say that.
Me
Okay,
is
now-
computer the conqueror.
I think we.
Uh-oh. See?
Oh no, was that a mistake?
No. I see you.
I'm waving my hand. Can you see it? Okay.
I can see you. You didn't
cool.
buffer
And I have
on
to
me. I would
share.
have gotten nervous.
Okay.
Oh, here we
I
go.
have to make sure this is.
I see it.
Okay, can you see the article? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da!
I'm following
All right,
along.
Marvel Studios also debuted a second scene offering an extended look at the conversation between Kent and Ant that was shown in the debut trailer. Once again described by this person, Omelette, while Cassie Lang is held captive, Cassie Lang is the daughter. Scott Man hanging out for his help to steal an artifact that will free him from his quantum realm entrapment, promising to help the hero help him in exchange for his services.
And look, and then that screenshot, the way he was emoting there, and then they also showed him like crying in the trailer. Did you see that? Like
I
on
did.
that poster. Sting. Because
back in there.
they're showing him crying and he's trapped in he's basically of service, or he's indebted to whoever is above him.
See, that's what we're trying to find out from this movie is why does he need Scott Lang? What I think is he's trapped in this what we call the quantum realm. I think that he's trapped and he can't get out, so he's going to need Ant-Man's help to help him get out. And the question is, will Ant-Man be dumb enough to do that?
Yeah. Marvel often puts those like one person over the greater good scenarios. They're good for that.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because that's almost, if he's like this all-powerful being or he's this entity. If you've ever seen Black Mirror before, where they were trapping, like sometimes they were trapping the different Black people, like their essence in the afterlife, or their soul or their entity, and like moving
Right, yeah,
it. That
they
one
got
episode
uploaded.
that had, it kind of reminds me of that, especially the way he's emoting, because it's like he has all these great powers, but whatever he's up against, he can't get outside of the quantum realm. So this has kind of enticed me a bit more to see this one. I mean, it's definitely on my watch list. Do you know the date that Ant-Man is coming out?
Yes, Ant-Man. See, I have this calendar. 2023 release calendar is coming out February the 17th.
Okay.
So that's in 2 more months. It's coming out.
That's pretty soon. So I can catch that right before Creed. That's not bad.
Exactly. So I think that's all we had going on for Ant-Man. And now we can kind of speed run the rest of the stuff. I really just wanted to talk about Marvel a lot and kind of have people
They got you in that chokehold. Give the other topics
what was going
time.
on there.
You in a Marvel chokehold, sis.
Okay, well, it's another thing from Disney. So
surprise.
We didn't really get a ton. Here's the thing, Disney had one big panel, so they had to squeeze in everything that they could. That included all the Marvel stuff, all the Star Wars stuff, and a little bit of Lucasfilm, which I guess Star Wars is Lucasfilm. I think there was supposed to be Pixar stuff, but that usually doesn't make that big a news. So we did get an announcement about The Mandalorian Season 3. Natalie, do you know anything about The Mandalorian?
Yes, that's Grogu. And Baby
Let's
Yoda.
see, can we pull up a... Wow, you know his real name.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know stuff.
Let's see.
I
Okay,
just don't know
so
everything that ever
it was
happened.
announced.
Grogu.
Hold on. I was trying to show everyone a wonderful pic. Oh, I know what I need to do.
I think you gotta
I'm just
remove
going to
that
do an
banner at the
overlay.
top.
So basically, yeah, this is so clunky. Okay.
You're making it though.
And it. I need like a round of applause.
Let's put a
Okay,
like
anyway.
in the chat.
Like in the chat to encourage me. Anyway, let's just get to it. The big announcement basically was that The Mandalorian will be returning for a season 3, and we had a confirmed date, which is March the 1st. And I hate this interface. Basically, what I was gonna say is I thought it was gonna be coming out much earlier because they said early winter, so I was expecting this to come out like next month, and that still hasn't happened yet. So I'm wondering, maybe if it's some sort of delay, because they have these like huge budgets. They've always got like, it's usually the special effects. There it is.
Yay!
Our little
I
baby
see him
Yoda.
at the bottom. Yeah.
So this was just the image that they released for the Mandalorian season 3. So Natalie, I guess this is a terrible question to ask, but will you be watching the Mandalorian season 3?
I won't, but here's I'm gonna throw you a little curveball, because that would involve me watching seasons 1 and 2, and I'm not gonna do that.
It would.
I'm not. But here's my curveball. Disney makes a lot of their money not just from these shows. These shows are often write-offs, depending on how well they do. But they make a lot of their money from their merch. And let me tell you, I've seen Baby Yoda just about everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I could definitely see myself picking up a Baby Yoda, toy, keychain, oven mitt, whatever they have.
Disney World. In
Yeah,
the Star Wars section, they have a Yoda section for this little guy right here.
Exactly.
You know what?
So
That's a good. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I work in the media space, so I'm also thinking about it like people make money a lot of different ways. And I think for Disney, this series alone is probably hand over fist in merch, especially for because I know like some things in Disney are kind of geared towards adults, but from what I've seen, The Mandalorian isn't like super violent, isn't like super heavy or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
It's for like
it's like right in the middle.
Kids and preteens and teens.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
right in the middle of that. So
Yeah, so
anybody can watch it, but to go on your thing about streaming, these streaming companies are actually losing a lot of money.
The
And
streaming
what I think
companies
is
could be the
happening,
write-off.
maybe, but I think they wanted like the last Disney CEO, the one who just got fired. It was kind of his goal to try to make Disney Plus profitable, but it's like, okay, you can only have so many subscribers, and they're just spending so much money on these series that it's really bleeding them dry. So thankfully, Disney has so many other, their hands in so many other different pockets. But like with Netflix and kind of like HBO, it's a good question. What's going to happen with them? And they can't keep on jacking up the price because I can only take so much.
We're not going to take it. But
okay,
yeah,
quick question
no.
here before we move on. Unless you had something else to add, because I want to share. This is my time to share.
You go ahead. You get I'm following your lead. Oh God.
What
Yeah, take that off the
is
screen.
Pascal wearing here?
And I like him. That's our guy from Narcos, right?
Oh yeah, I never watched him in that.
See,
What is?
he's it matches and it's clean.
That's true. Yeah, he's got a little Grogu action going on. Grogu.
His smile is
It's
nice.
okay, we
I
don't-
don't know.
We
My
don't
mom
have to
might
defend
watch
him.
this. And she
We
always
don't
taught
have
me,
to defend him. That's okay.
She always taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So just in
Aw.
case my
Well,
mom
that's
watched.
very
She
nice.
watched the last one I was on with you
Oh,
because she loves you too.
got love for all the Mendenhalls.
Yeah.
Okay, so lastly, finally, Netflix was at CXP, and there's some shows that I thought they were going to have bigger announcements for. They had a panel for the Sandman. You didn't watch it, right? No, Sandman. They had a small panel for Wednesday. Did you watch the Wednesday series?
I have not. My major Netflix get. I was hoping you were going to say You. They had a panel for
No,
You.
but I have been seeing some promo of that. But I don't think they had a promo. I don't think what's his name, Badgley, was there.
Yes,
and they
that's
did
my
have
guy.
they had a panel for The Witcher. I don't watch The Witcher at all, but it's an interesting time because they've got Henry Cavill is no longer going to be The Witcher. they're replacing him with Liam Hemsworth. Did you see that?
No.
Well, he's gonna. So I thought maybe Liam Hemsworth would be there, but there is gonna be a new Witcher show called The Witcher: Blood Origin. I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna watch it. I just thought I would. I just thought I would tell people about it.
Just throwing Netflix a bone.
Yeah, good on Netflix.
Yeah.
Now, what I was really hoping for was a season 2 announcement for the Wednesday Addams show. Let's
I've been
pull her
hearing
up
some
on
big
screen.
things about.
No, go away, Pedro.
Wednesday.
There she is.
I've been hearing some big things about Wednesday, and I want to say Jenna Ortega, or Jenna Ortega.
That's her.
So yeah, I've been hearing some great
Jenna
things
Ortega.
about that show, and then the Addams Family. It's just, again, that IP and that property has gotten a lot of life because of how many different remakes and iterations we've seen of these characters.
Yeah.
So, very, very interesting. I might check it out in terms of how they modernize it.
It's
but
a
really,
fun show.
It's
I
fun?
made a whole review on it.
Okay, I'll
it's
check
kind
it
of
out.
like a little mystery. So it's 8 episodes. There's a mystery going on. I thought they were going to announce a season 2. I'm looking here, and it doesn't look like they've announced a season 2 yet. So I thought they were going to do that for this Comic-Con, but I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. Here's the thing, though. This series got more views than Stranger Things season 4. So to me, I'm like, that should have been an automatic.
And I know Netflix blew the bag on Stranger Things season 4. Like,
that was
tons
really
of money.
good. They got me obsessed with Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things, but I usually just kind of watch it. I come out and I'm like, okay, that was good. This season they had me obsessed. So I guess some props to them.
Yeah.
And you gotta watch Stranger Things, and
I just go on Netflix for the old sister reruns. That's kind of bad.
Aw.
And then my brother paid it the last month because he's always bumming my account. Should I not say that on here?
That's okay.
So, yeah.
So that is the Netflix news. I wanted to pick up as well on The Last of Us because that panel is kind of just wrapping up. Natalie, I have to send you a new link.
A new link?
Because there is a Last of Us trailer. So I'm going to have you.
I'm on trailer
pull
duty.
that
I'm
up.
back on trailer duty. Give me a
Get
like.
your email up because we have a
Give this
trailer
video
for
a
The
like.
Last of Us.
Breaking news. I'm on trailer duty.
I knew they were gonna have a trailer because they did have a teaser trailer that came out for this show it's coming out on HBO, and it's an adaptation of a video game. It's a very popular video game about
Is it like
a zombie
Among Us?
apocalypse.
Oh no.
No, Among Us it's a lot more immersive than Among Us.
All right, let me know when you send it.
So let me in your outline. This is breaking news. We gotta watch this trailer. I could have maybe
definitely
found it on YouTube as well.
Okay, I got it.
I don't like watching stuff on. Okay, and there should be a link to a Twitter trailer.
Let's see. The Last of Us series gets a thrilling official
And
trailer.
it's starring Pedro Pascal.
I was gonna say. I know that's not.
So
what I
he's
think
pulling
it is.
double duty.
See, and again, this goes back to Disney just making a way for actors and actresses of color.
Yeah.
And
This
just
man
giving
is
them
in
opportunities to
demand.
run the bag up quite a few times. Okay, can you see it?
All right, I'm gonna add this here.
Oh, this says it's coming out on HBO Max, though, not Disney.
Right. Yep. This HBO show, so they get to have gore and they get to say curse words.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Told you my mom might watch this. Is this profanities? Okay, we're just gonna have to
It
watch
should
and
be.
see.
All right. Let's run. Put it on full screen.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, bother going on.
You haven't seen the world,
Those are clickers, the zombies.
so you don't know. You keep going for family.
I'm not family.
No? Your cargo.
They were also in Game of Thrones together.
Why are you so important?
Somewhere out west, they're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
If she so much as
And
twitches,
this girl is supposed to have, she's resistant to being a zombie, so they think she can make a cure.
Okay.
I'm taking you with me.
Oh, that looks like the
Do
game.
what I say when I say it.
And he's got a country
Got any
accent.
advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east. You've come this far. And you know what's out there.
Trying to show
You're
me.
not gonna
Ooh, I
scare
didn't like
us.
that.
Scared him?
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Be careful who you put your faith in.
You might not be her father, but you were someone's.
Oh, is that the boy? Oh my gosh. That was a great thing.
You trust me?
Those are the clickers. Oh, that's scary. Coming January 15th. So,
Yeah, let's go back
on
to
HBO
Marvel.
Max.
Let's go back to Marvel.
It's a little too spooky.
Playing scary stuff.
It's a little too spooky for you. It's a scary video game to play too, because you're like trying to like hide from the zombies and make sure they don't attack you. It's intense. But I will say it's also a really cute story. So it's about this guy. His daughter dies, and somehow he ends up finding this other. I don't know how him and Ellie come into contact with one another, but she is immune to zombie bites. So there's some organization, I believe it's called Monarch. If he takes her to this organization, they believe they can create a cure from her so that no one else turns into a zombie. So that's the story. They have to kind of trek cross country. They meet a couple of cool characters and stuff. But it's kind of interesting. It's a video game. The video game has a really great story. And so it will just be kind of fun to see how they adapt that into like an actual television series.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the way their noses are, but they actually do look like they could be related or something like that. Just
Well, they're
like-
not related. That's the thing.
I know,
They're not
but
related.
the actors do.
It's okay. It's still cute though. Yeah, it's still a cute dynamic there. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I might review that on this channel. It gives me something to do on, on the off days.
Yeah,
And
and HBO
then when
Max.
that goes,
Uh-huh.
what's I'm gonna say?
I
And
was
then
just
when
gonna
that
say-
goes off,
This is like high school all over again. This is the
I
worst
know
movie
what
ever.
Go ahead.
You
You're
go
my
ahead.
guest.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go ahead. And say, I guess this comes out in January, and then that might lead us right into the Mandalorian season 3. So we'll get like back-to-back Pedro Pascal. Okay, that's all I have to say.
No, that is cool. But yeah, no, that's an interesting premise, and I think I don't know how I feel. This not to get super deep at the end, but it's just like it just came out of a pandemic. I don't know how I feel about these stretches of humanity.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
kind
I
of
want
strange.
something light.
Yeah, I never thought about that one because when this came out, which was at least it came out when the PS3 was out, so there was no such thing as COVID-19. But now, in the context of everything that's happened, it is kind of like, huh.
Yeah, we definitely just got out of something a little apocalyptic. I don't know if I want to go through it again,
Yeah,
but
so
I think I'll pass.
that's
on
like
that
the
one. What else
bad.
you got?
I think that's all the announcements that we have for today. And the whole reason we brought you on here so that you can have the final word here to talk about a movie that I recently reviewed. Do you remember why I brought you on here in the first place?
Oh,
To talk,
you
give
know.
your 2 cents about Black Adam.
Yes, because I'm unlike you. I'm bipartisan, so I'm DC and Marvel.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us what did you see this in theater or did you see it on digital?
I saw it in theater with a friend. I saw it in theater with a friend when it first came out because this was supposed to be like a big thing for DC. I know The Rock, the story behind this, he had been working on this with his own production company for quite some time, and just kind of putting his weight behind this movie. So it was pretty highly anticipated for me, and it was going to be a great filler as I waited to see Wakanda Forever, which we reviewed also on this channel. Check that out and give it a thumbs up. But yeah, so I did see it in theaters. I did. I really liked the first half, but they kind of lost me on the plot for some things. Um, and the set design, I was not a huge fan of either. I felt like it was very, very CGI heavy. Like, I will say Disney brings out the big bucks for the set design. It kind of looked like, especially when we were going, I don't remember the name of the society or the land
Yeah,
that they
me
were
is.
living on, but
Yeah.
the first couple of frames, like that castle, gave very much styrofoam. Like it was
Ooh, what is this?
it was not giving. And then I really did like Aldous Hodge's character.
I did
I
too.
actually
Yeah, I think he played that well.
I had a chance to meet him in person once when he was on the
What?
show Underground. Yes, when I was interning in DC in college. And he was at the station I was interning at the time. So he's a lovely human being. I really loved his work in Underground. If anybody's seen One Night in Miami, I loved his work there. And it was very interesting. And a couple of other channels have said this, but it was like he was kind of doing with when they had him in the spaceship in the African suit, with the cut, and he had like a special little cut and everything. It kind of sort of gave he had like a
Oh,
cloth suit on when we were introduced to his character, and I was like, "Is this the T'Challa audition or what's going on here?" Just crossing over worlds, very much that for his character in terms of Hawk, like very much a straight man down the middle, not this side, that side. The way he switched sides in the movie and ended up teaming up with Black Adam, like very much for the greater good, kind of straight and narrow type of guy, just like T'Challa. So that's why it was easy for me to get on board with him. The mask dying, I
okay.
felt was emotional, but they could have upped it. And again, what really didn't sell me on Black Adam was just the plot. Like he's supposed to be this big anti-hero, and then he just ends up switching sides immediately.
Hmm.
He's transitioning from what was supposed to be, like I guess biblical times, for lack of a better term, to the modern day, and how quickly he was able to catch on to everything was also a little strange for me too. But I did like I said, some things the movie did well was just like the anticipation and the word of mouth for this film. The
Oh yeah.
Superman cameo at the end, I really liked that. I really love that the actor that played his son, uh, went from his flashbacks was also the guy, I think, the kid on the skateboard. So I thought that was really cute for the actor and actress for that. But again, just from beginning to middle to end, and then the other two characters, the girl with the red hair and the guy whose superpower was, he could expand and stuff like that. I just
Yeah.
didn't really
Adam
see
Smasher.
Adam Smasher. Thank you. And Cyclone. Do I have that correct?
And Cyclone. Yep.
Adam Smasher and Cyclone. Thank you. I didn't really see they were there for comic relief. Of course, Adam Smasher like getting big, stopping the statues from hitting people, falling on things, getting knocked out. Like that was comic relief. And then
Yeah.
they were just trying to push this plot with him and Cyclone. I didn't see it for them. I was looking for some chemistry. I could not see it. I could not see it at all. It was just like it was a cute movie. It wasn't like a total waste of time. I got what they were trying to say. I didn't really like. I mean,
What?
I didn't really like the back to the underworld, the hell. But that's something
God,
that
yeah.
that was a bit much for me. But that's something that DC will do that Marvel would not. In terms of playing on like these religious entities and themes. So that really turned me off. So that's where I started kind of going.
So, what grade would you give Black Adam if you could rate it A to F? You can get plus and minus.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna give it a B minus, and that's being very generous.
Wow.
That's being very generous.
Breaking news. Natalie gives Black Adam.
What did I give
a
Black
B
Panther?
minus. I don't think I asked you to rate Black
Oh, okay,
Panther.
okay, cool.
But I'm just saying, compared to me, I gave this movie a F. I think you're being very nice to
I said
Black
very,
Adam, and I was
extremely generous. You want me to give him my real rating? I remember because my friend
if you want, yeah.
my friend asked me straight out the theater what I thought about it, and I was like, a D. I cleaned it up for your channel.
No, you know, because I publicly gave this movie an F. And I just think my biggest problem was, number one, like you said, the whole anti-hero or anti-villain. Like, he's supposed to be this person who is kind of morally on the wronger side. Like, sometimes if it's, you know, for someone else's benefit, then yeah, he could do something kind. But to me, the whole movie, he was being kind. To me, the whole movie, he was like Superman. So I was like, there's really no point to this. And there's really no point in the Justice Society stopping him if he's trying to help these people. That's all he's trying to do. Like, they could have sent the Justice Society to do his job and they would have been, you know, called heroes. So to me, it was just really messy. Like you said, the team, Cyclone and Atom Smasher, they didn't do anything. And I also didn't like that scene at the end where the guy turned into the demon. And it just felt tacked on to me. So I gave it a straight up F.
The demon scene was where it all started going downhill for me, and then just how they handled the flashbacks and some of the pacing in the second half, I was not a fan of.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, towards the second half, it started to feel like we were just watching the best of WWE.
Yeah, it was just
Rock.
a punch fest. It was
a punch fest, and it just wasn't like a lot of acting. And
I want to share this article that I just found, though, because according to the Direct, at least, Black Adam suffers from the worst DCEU performance ever in final market opening. So I'm trying to figure out what they mean by this.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a little word salad. Can you break that down for me? Because I think they got people in theaters.
In final market opening.
What is a final market?
See what they mean. So, like, these are the last releases, like, in Japan and China. So, open to a mere 452,000 in Japan versus kind of what it grossed worldwide. What they're saying is nobody was interested in this overseas, basically. So, is Black Adam a financial failure? This is DCU's 7th highest earning film at the domestic box office. So, not necessarily a failure. It was making money, and it did stay on top for at least 2 or 3 weeks before Black Panther came out. So,
exactly.
Okay, this was just kind of a little bit of a sensationalized headline. That's all right.
Yes. I was like, of course nobody's seeing it in Japan.
Yeah, not the same market.
Yeah. So, and then I think at the bottom of that article, it said it made 400 million of the 200 million. It was budgeted for 200 million and it made 400 million. So it made double the profit.
They got a lot of figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since its release, Black Adam grossed 278 million. Yeah. So it did good. It was just bad. It was just bad. And that's why they have James Gunn is coming in, actually. And he'll be pioneering. There's a movie coming out called Blue Beetle. I know nothing about this DC character, but it seems like a lot of DC people are hyped for it. So I'm just going to let them be hyped for it.
And that's something that I did. That's why I didn't give it a total fail, because it's just like DC, you know, like Marvel has had a monopoly for quite some time. So I was actually happy to see a DC film get a lot of buzz around the time that Black Adam came out. And you know, obviously we're big fans of The Rock.
Natalie, you don't have to feel sorry. You don't have to feel sorry for DC.
I'm not feeling sorry. I just want to give everybody a fair chance.
That's cool. That's fine. I mean, I do end up seeing all the DC movies too. I just don't talk about them a lot because they usually, except for the Batman, but that's because Robert.
You were on the Batman. You wore the Batman out in our group chat.
I did. I saw that movie like 5 or 6 times.
You like Patterson.
Yeah, that was a shameful period of my life. I've moved on.
Yeah, you in a chokehold.
Yeah. Also, and then we're gonna go. I saw the trailer for Indiana Jones 5. Harrison Ford is still kicking, God bless him. Still making these movies.
How old
There's
is
the
Harrison
poster for
Ford?
that. Uh, you want to know that answer?
Yes. I think that's great that
Let's
he's
look
able to
him
do
up.
that.
Chicago legend.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is 80 years old as of this July. Wow.
Well, hopefully
Yeah,
we'll still be kicking around that age. We'll still be
I
up
know.
there and still be
And he looks
friends.
good. He looks good. They did use some scenes where they used CGI to de-age him, so it's kind of like a flashback to him during World War II. So it actually looks really good. It looks really exciting. There's some big players in this, like Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen. So I've never seen a single Indiana Jones movie, but this one looks good. So I might get this one a try. It comes out, I believe, on June the 30th.
Yeah, and just like all the IPs we were talking about, Indiana Jones, how they've been able to stretch Guardians, like, just
Yeah,
longer
and
and
it's
longer and
now
longer
under
IPs.
Disney because it's Lucasfilm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, because he sold that. That's the guy who made Star Wars, right?
George
Okay.
Lucas. So
Yep.
yeah, I think that's all I have to say. There was a lot of good news coming out this week, and Natalie held up. We both held up because
We had
this was
some
a
technical
time, but
difficulties, y'all, but we got it for you. I was gonna ride for my friend.
thank you, Natalie. That's what they're for. I had a really good time talking this over with you. Maybe swaying you to watch some more Marvel and Star Wars stuff, or not. Okay, more like or not, but yeah, guys, thank you for. I know a lot of you guys brought this on the repeat, so I'll be monitoring to the comments if you have anything to say about any of the trailers, any of the news we just talked about. So, thank you so much for watching, Natalie. Any final words before we sign off?
No, I think that's it. I'm losing daylight here out on the East Coast, so
I
I
know
think that's about it.
it's time to enjoy our Saturday. So, thanks
Yes.
y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Always a blast,
Bye.
y'all. Bye.